This is IGN. Marvel has mapped out its movie plans all the way up to the year 2042? Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, the Odyssey star Matt Damon has recounted a time back in the beginning of his career where he auditioned to play Robin in not one, but two different live-action Batman movie projects. Speaking with host Josh Horowitz on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Damon first discussed auditioning for the Robin role during Tim Burton's time at the helm of the films. Robin eventually never appeared in either of the two Tim Burton Batman movies, but this initial audition actually wasn't Damon's only brush with the boy wonder. In '93, I got screen tested. I was one of the final three to play Robin in the George Clooney and Joel Schumacher Batman, added Damon. I remember Chris O'Donnell already had the part, but they were haggling over money, so the studio was flexing basically by flying in two other people to screen test. But they wanted Chris, but they wanted him for a price. Damon clarified he knew O'Donnell at the time. While a role in a Batman film never eventuated for Damon, his collaborations with an esteemed Batman director, Christopher Nolan, keep coming, from Interstellar to Oppenheimer and on to this year's The Odyssey. And the cast of Family Guy spinoff Stewie has been announced, and it contains SNL stalwart Kenan Thompson, as well as several roles for Seth MacFarlane. Family Guy creator MacFarlane will of course be reprising his role as Stewie in this new series about the world-conquering toddler's adventures at kindergarten. MacFarlane will also voice Bean, a classmate who Variety reported will say very little as he was, quote, dropped on his head one too many times. Another Family Guy alumni, Mike Henry, has also joined the cast. Known for previously playing Cleveland Brown, Henry will now voice BJ, son of Family Guy's earring-wearing Bruce Strait, who he also voices. Kenan Thompson, meanwhile, will voice yet another classmate. Named Royal, they are described as having, quote, a hell no attitude about the hazards of Stewie's adventures. Stewie is set to debut at some point during the 2027-2028 TV season and already has a two-season order. MacFarlane is credited as a co-creator and executive producer on the series. Marvel has mapped out its movie plans up to 2042, studio boss Kevin Feige has said, hinting at a streamlined, simplified universe post-Avengers Secret Wars, a big push for the X-Men, and plans to eventually unveil a live-action Miles Morales. Speaking to Chinese outlet Watching Hollywood during a recent tour of Shanghai, Feige described this year's Avengers Doomsday and next year's Avengers Secret Wars as a conclusion to storylines that started before the MCU itself, such as the fates of some original X-Men. At the same time, Feige also contrasted Secret Wars with the climactic Avengers Endgame, suggesting that 2027's blockbuster would act as a new beginning for the franchise, as well as a conclusion of the multiverse saga. We want to do two things, Feige began. First, to bring some storylines to a close, those that started long before Iron Man, including the original X-Men characters. Second, to simultaneously set the stage for the future. Avengers Endgame was truly an end, and since then, we've tried and experimented with many new things. But Secret Wars is a beginning. It'll establish a streamlined, simplified, single universe that audiences can keep up with. Some things will be familiar, but many, many things will be entirely new. Feige said that the new Don't Call It a Reboot post-Secret Wars MCU will hopefully attract a new generation of audiences to Marvel, something that tallies with past comments by Feige that one day the franchise will eventually bring in new versions of existing heroes such as Iron Man. For now, though, Marvel seems to have one major brand in mind to lead the next saga, the X-Men. The X-Men sound like they'll form the bedrock of Marvel storytelling in the post-Secret Wars era, which seems fitting since the next phase will be known as the Mutant Saga. We were just in a Marvel Studios meeting room, planning movies all the way up to 2042, Feige revealed. Whether we can make it to 2042, who knows? Will it be those movies? Who knows? But this is how we approach and plan the vast amount of potential stories in the comics. Currently, Marvel has not officially announced a launch plan for anything beyond December 2027's Avengers Secret Wars, though it has acknowledged its X-Men reboot and Black Panther 3 are in the planning stages. Until we see the trailer for 2042's, be sure to keep an eye on IGN this weekend for everything from Marvel at San Diego Comic-Con, including all of the big announcements from Hall H as they happen. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.